literally biblical proportions. What you are looking at, if you can make it out there, it could be Noah's Ark. And they're not kidding about this. The one from the Bible is the one I referred to. A team of Christian explorers say that they are 99.9% sure that what they found are parts of the legendary ship beneath snow and volcanic debris near a peak of a mountain in Turkey. Eric Klein is an archaeologist and professor at George Washington University, and he joins us now. Eric, good to have you here.
Thank you.
So you say, astonishingly to me, because I'm very cynical, even though I would love it to be Noah's Ark. I mean, what could be cooler than that, right?
Right.
You say that there's a pretty good chance that they did find that this is it.
Well, actually, I'm getting more skeptical by the hour.
You are?
Yes, this is the type of documentation where they've done what we call published by press conference. It should have come out in a scientific journal. It should have been vetted by independent scholars, things like that. And as criticism is growing in newspaper reports and across the blogosphere of what these guys have, they haven't responded yet, and nobody's seen their data. So the longer it remains, the more skeptical I grow. Well, they're claiming that they have carbon-14 dates, that date this wood back to 4800 BCE. Where is that carbon-14 dates? Release the data to us. Where's the actual site? They haven't actually said where the site is. I mean, none of this is what a scientific researcher does. So the longer this goes on, the more inclined I am to lump this in the category of pseudoscience or maybe even a hoax. I mean, it's sounding worse and worse for them. I would say the ball is almost in their court now to back up their... Yeah, to prove it, exactly.
I just thought it was kind of comical to say they're 99.5% sure that they found Noah's Ark. I mean, that leaves the other
Yes.
0.5%, I guess, which means maybe it's not. But let me ask you this.
Exactly.
As you say, these kind of findings have happened before. Is it possible that there would be, that it would still exist? What would you find if you did find it? After all of these years, what might be left of the Ark, Doctor?
Yeah, after all of these years, that's part of the problem, is that the Ark, if it ever existed, and of course there's a huge debate as to whether it even existed, but let's say for argument's sake that it did exist, something that's 5,000 years old made out of wood more than likely disintegrated a very long time ago. And even if it did survive, it may well have been converted into something else. I mean, that's an awful lot of wood that would have been used in the Ark, and there's not going to be an awful lot of wood left after Noah lands on his mountain. So I would have thought that he would...
It was a big flood, too, don't forget.
And absolutely, with the big flood and everything's gone. I would have presumed that he would have dismantled the Ark and we'd be looking for a house or something rather than an Ark. But the chances of finding something made of wood that's that old, unless it's in Egypt where it's preserved by the desert, or unless it's at, say, the bottom of the Black Sea where there's no ocean and there's no organisms to eat the wood.